Alright guys, so I want to talk about my biggest Pokemon investing mistakes. So basically I'll start off with the biggest one, which is buying into the hype too early, or just buying into the hype in general. Sometimes it can pay off, but 9 times out of 10 you will get burnt. Now I got back into Pokemon round about like 2020, 2021, and it was sort of just coming off the back of XY evolutions. And yeah, I think there was like it was like Shining Fates and Vivid Voltage. These sets were like just going to the moon, and they were so hard to get hold of. Shining Fates Elite Trainer box was like 70, 80 quid. I think like £70 was a good deal for an Elite Trainer box. And I went on Magic Madhouse and I basically just like bought a ton of these products. And then next thing you know, Pokemon decided to go and reprint all these sets, and they just most of them haven't recovered. Well, the ones that I bought haven't, and there's a lot of FOMO around at that time. And thankfully, I did actually sort of grab a few other sets as well. I didn't just hone in on Shining Fates and Vivid Voltage and like Champions Path and stuff like that. I did buy other products, but I definitely bought more than what I needed to on the products that just aren't doing well because of the hype. So yeah, that is definitely one to watch out for. Like Surgeon Sparks and stuff at the moment. Like Pokemon's in a huge bull market, so you just got to be super careful. Sometimes it's better to maybe like miss out than be holding the bag, like having some of these products and not even be able to break even and taking quite a monumental loss. Sometimes it's better to just let the train go. Yeah, and then I would actually say one of the worst mistakes I've made is actually letting things go too soon. So not holding on, they say time in the market beats timing the market. And from my experience with stocks and things like that, it generally seems to be true. When you're trying to trade and flip, you can get caught out really badly. So, for example, Lost Origin, I was in contact with a guy on eBay, and he was selling me two cases, and they was like I think it's like 580 a piece, £580 per case. So you're looking at like £1,160 for two cases of Lost Origin, which now you would absolutely jump at. So I bought two cases, and I was a little bit short on cash after I'd done it. And then I sold one case for, I think it was like 560, so I actually lost money on that. And then literally within about 3-4 months after that, they had just like gone up like 40-50%, and now they're up even more. I mean, a booster box is over £200. So just one case alone would have paid off what I paid for two cases. And then I did get a bit lucky because I sold the other case for, I think it was around about £950, something like that. But again, if I'd held on even just 2 more months after that, I could have sold that for 1,200-1,300 quid easily. So yeah, and then I actually pulled the Moonbryon back when Evolving Skies had just came out. I went to a London card show for the first time, and I literally bought a bunch of packs. I spent maybe 100 quid on packs, and I bought some sealed products and stuff. And I was opening all the packs up, and the last pack was an Evolving Skies pack, and boom, the Umbreon was in there. And at the time, it was worth around 400 to 550 raw. And in a PSA 10, it was worth about £800, something like that. And I had all the means to grade it, but I hadn't really graded properly. I'd had quite a bad time with grading. I got caught out with Ludkins, which was a scammer. He was a middleman, and I sent some cards off to Ludkins, and then he sent it to PSA, and he actually didn't bother to try and get the cards returned, and it was a complete mess. And I was kind of just I've paid nothing to have this card. I paid like 3-4 quid for the pack, and it's worth like nearly 500 quid. And I was like, to just maybe gain a few extra £100, and I didn't even have a PSA account, and I didn't even know how to send cards from the UK directly to PSA. I was like, well, maybe I'll just sell it. And my sister's boyfriend, he offered me like 430 quid for it, and I took it. And recently he graded it, and it's a PSA 10, and now the card's worth, I mean, like 1,200-1,300 quid. So he's like, quadrupled his money. Is that right? Yeah, because double and then quadruple. So he's quadrupled his money basically. So that comes down to, again, just, being impatient. Sometimes you need the money, but, it wasn't like I needed it to bail my son out of jail or anything like that, because I wouldn't bail him out of jail. And I don't have a son, but, it's like, basically, you've just got to be patient and just try and hold on. 9 times out of 10, you're just going to win better by doing that. So yeah, they're definitely some of the biggest investing mistakes I've made. So yeah, you just got to watch out for sort of buying into the hype and selling too early, basically. And I've been caught out with single cards as well, buying single cards, and sometimes I've done okay grading them, but yeah, I mean, recently I just bought a Giratina V because I love that card from Lost Origin. I've opened up so much Lost Origin, I just never pulled it. It's so hard to pull. So I thought, right, I'm just going to buy it. And I was talking to a guy on eBay, seemed really genuine, and sort of back and forth. And I think I paid like 300 quid for it. And yeah, it turned up, and it was, I don't even think it was a PSA 9, to be honest. So I just sold it for 230. So I just lost 70 quid on it. I bought a Shining Fates Charizard for like 200 quid. I think I bought that raw, and now it's not even worth really, like, it was. I mean, it dropped down to like 100 quid in a PSA 10, so I lost quite a bit of money on that as well. But I have had some success, which I'm going to do in another video. But yeah, I mean, generally the takeaway from this video would be to just hold on to your stuff, unless you like really need to sell it. I was just being impatient. And yeah, it's cost me quite a bit of money. So I hope this information helped. I'm going to try and do more content on this channel again. So if you made it this far, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next one.